Hmm. What to write about? What to write about? Could write about that time I went to Burger King and I ordered that $13 meal where I got those fries and that milkshake. Wait, no, I can't write about that. What am I talking about? First name, last name, title, class. That girl just had some Burger King. Anyways, first name, last name, title, class, date. Maybe I'll just free write or something until I could come up with like a good enough idea to satisfy my needs. Looking out this window, I feel like Einstein, MLK, or Malcolm X. They come up with some pretty awesome ideas. Maybe I'll come up with something like them. Or actually, maybe I'll make beats. Join a drum line or something, make a band. I could do that. Seems pretty easy. Make millions off of that. No, what am I talking about? I can't do that. Alright, I'm gonna think. Think. This is depressing. All the thoughts of food, but not a single piece of cash in my pockets. I even have a piece of single food in front of me, like Pop-Tarts, piece of rolls. I don't even know what I'm writing about or how to make a decent topic, but I feel as if I keep writing down random ideas, some wonders will pop up in my head. Maybe if I write down colors such as red and blue and green and yellow, maybe even try directions like up and down and left and right. I think it's some crazy ass topic. Reading over this does not look good. It's horrible. I didn't even spell my name right. Wait, where's my charger? Please do not tell me I left that at Mojica's. I think I did. It's probably right by the TV. Right by the PS4? Maybe under that pizza box? Probably downstairs even? I'm not even sure. Maybe it's under me. Wait, why would it be there? That's stupid. This reminds me how my grandma thinks I'm irresponsible and I don't know what I'm doing. Nah. Like the time I got my head stuck under the steps. That was a good one, actually. Growing up, I did a lot of crazy stuff, such as putting a tack on my teacher's chair while she was gone. It was for April Fools. She didn't like the joke. Can't forget about that one. Or maybe even getting lost on the nature trail with my friends and us building a treehouse thinking that we actually built it when we actually just added a couple logs to it. That was actually pretty funny. I think my friend is actually still afraid of deer. That's weird. And what's even weirder is I think my stomach just growled at me, and this library silence is killing me. I kind of want to just go home and play PS4 and eat telepizza rolls with the pepperoni on the inside. A nice bottle of water, with the sun glaring at my face, making me feel like it's become more like summer within a couple weeks. But instead, I'm sitting here, thinking, not knowing a topic, which I should probably get back to. I just wonder how they did it. How someone can continuously write a story for hours upon hours, fully invested into their craft without a break to want to go outside and explore the world, or even see what's in space. It seems like a person might at least be interested in going out of space, right? That would make for a great storytelling, actually. You can act like you've seen an alien and just ramble on about it, or how you possibly met them, or even some weirdos out there that possibly even want to have an offspring with one. Luckily, I'm not one. I bet there's a lot of people out there with some very vivid, interesting stories. Then there's me, a boy on the 4th floor of the library, who's just stuck, rambling on, talking about colors and shapes and... Well, I didn't talk about shapes. But I did talk about directions, though. And, well, food, too. Speaking of, the other day in class, I remember watching a video on how we get our meat. It's horrible, actually. We literally beat them and torture them. I felt so bad until about 3 hours later, went on that BK run with my friend. Crap. Kind of stuck on that. Maybe I should have just changed my whole idea to writing about it and just describe what each bite in the sandwich is like and that juiciness. The first bite is always the best. I think everybody knows that. When you get to the fries, oh, those fries are delicious. Usually I tend to get a little bit of extra fries as well. Since I know a dude that works there who I call Bob. Well, his actual name is Dave, but I like to call him Bob so I can say I'm getting Bob's Burgers. It's pretty cheesy and legit. But the irony is I actually don't even watch the show at all. Or any shows like that for that matter. I know it's people who walk past me, who probably thinking I'm weird for silently recording myself running down my thoughts and ideas. And frankly, I would think I'm pretty weird too. Actually, I am thinking that. But anyways, I find it interesting how the brain is always going, always thinking. But yet, it seems like my brain critically thinks on everything except what I actually need to think of. It's almost like my priorities are out of order, and I end up doing exactly what I should be doing the least. But then again, that's just procrastination at its finest, right? Like knowing you had all semester to work on something, and choosing the last week before it's due to start it, and when you do start it, you usually end up doing some crazy stuff with your friends that you know you definitely shouldn't do, but you just YOLO your way into thinking it's okay anyways. That type of thing. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's felt like I was in a situation before, and you kind of trick yourself to think that you could do it the night before, which is actually death, because you get mad that you know you were going to do it, and you did it anyways, and now you're just staring at your screen, stressed, and thinking that maybe the college life isn't for you. Now, I know I just looked at the screen, so technically I just broke the fourth wall or something, right? I actually feel as if I've been writing a book on what goes on in my head majority of the time. But not one of those thoughts correlated to why I'm actually here, which is to come up with a story and present it to the class at 8:30 in the morning, which I'm usually late to, so that should be interesting. This brainstorming is almost as bad as my 4th grade talent show, when I did a magic trick with cards that was so bad, no one clapped for me, not even my grandparents or my friends' parents. But to come to think of it, my grandma had work that day, and my grandparents had showed up late. But luckily, I got a participation ribbon, which was still cool to hang up on the wall, because I got to lie about it and say where it was from. But at least afterwards, they rewarded me with some Burger King, and boy was that good.